We up yet?
We're live.
All right, good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, August 27th, 2024. It's now 10 a.m. We're here to conduct the regular session of the Hunt County Commissioners Court. At this time, I'll call the meeting to order and ask Commissioner Martin to lead us in prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to our flags. Please stand.
Shall we bow? Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for allowing us to come here and take care of the business of the county. We ask you to continue blessing this great country that we live in. In Christ's name, we ask all these things. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one
State,
under God, one and indivisible. Thank you, everyone. We have Commissioner Hutchins, Monroe, Martin, and Harrison present. I'm Judge Stovall presiding over the meeting. Commissioners, you have the minutes from August 13th, 2024 regular session. Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Commissioners, you got the minutes from August 19th, 2024 special session. Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. This time we'll have public testimony. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes and should conduct themselves in a civil manner. The Commissioners Court cannot take action on items not listed on the agenda in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Concerns will be addressed by staff. They may be placed on a future agenda or addressed by some other course of response. Do we have- Is that Joshua Davis? Sorry, the pen didn't write real good. Can't get all the letters in.
Thank y'all very much. We are part of a small community in Hunt County, Buena Vista, and we have been notified of D.R. Horton's intent to install 3,000 homes and a water treatment plant, basically right behind our homes. We're all on 2 to 5 acres, some of us on 25 acres.
What part of the county is this, south?
This is, it'd be the southeast.
They're over by Poetry.
Over by Poetry? Okay,
Yeah, we're right by Poetry Road and
okay.
2469. Bishop Airfield is the property that they have purchased. And
And they're trying to make a mud out of it.
yes, sir. They
Yeah.
sure are. And we're obviously extremely opposed, so I would like to, at the minimum, get this put on a future docket that we could come in and speak and put all our information together. And
Absolutely. Unfortunately, Daniel can speak to this, but there's not a whole lot we can do to stop a mud. TCEQ is just a rubber stamp on them, so.
we've heard that from several people. Unfortunately,
Not good for the county, it's not good for y'all, but it's
the only
nothing,
one that
we don't have any
benefits-
authority.
The only one that benefits is D.R. Horton.
Yeah.
And so, we moved out to the country to be in the country. We're God-loving Americans that just want to live our lives. And we really don't think that a water treatment plant dumping chemicals and waste right down into our ponds and livestock and stuff like that is going to benefit us.
Call your state representatives and tell them to change it next session. That's what needs to happen. They need to
we're
change
open to
it.
anything.
They have to change it at the state level. You
We're
need
open to anything.
contact your senator and your congress people, or your state reps, and let them know how you feel, because
Somehow McLennan Chisholm stopped them. So,
they don't have any water.
okay. I'd heard that they had stopped them. Sorry.
Say that again, please, sir.
I-
Say that again.
I'd heard that McLennan Chisholm had put a stop to one of their developments out there due to all the backlash from the people there, but apparently they did not stop them, I guess, but it's a broken system then, because we should be able to come forward and let y'all know that we're extremely upset about it. We've got our livelihoods invested in this, and
I understand, and I'm sympathetic. And like I said, call your state reps and senators, and also tell them to change the laws they passed last session where cities can't annex any longer at will, and that puts,
That's what they're doing, is annexing themselves into a small city. And
well, they're creating a small city, right?
it's really going to be a problem for y'all.
But it's creating it's a big problem for Hunt County when we have less than 100 acres in city limits, and we got 900 square miles total, and we have no authority. And the city is the only one having any authority. Development in Hunt County with the growth is a big problem if they don't change the law.
For sure, for sure. I've done a ride-along with one of your officers before, and I could not believe the amount of area that they cover. It's crazy.
It's crazy. It is.
And to have 3,000 lower-income houses right behind us, and the police are 45 minutes away, that would be insane. I mean,
I appreciate your comments.
thank you very much, sir.
Gay Detloff? DeHoff, okay.
I am adjacent to Bishop Field, so believe me, I have a big concern. And plus the fact, we know what kind of junk is going in, because right 1.5 miles from where this will be, D.R. Horton put in another development in Wildwood. It's technically in Rockwall County, but Hunt County is bearing the brunt, especially on Poetry Road. And we know what's going in. I mean, it's like what those developments are doing, they are going to turn Hunt County into Liberty County, which is just north of Houston. So if any of you know anything about Liberty County, you need to be aware of what is going in. So I know you can't do anything, but we're just here to express our extreme frustration at TSEC allowing this garbage to go in.
I understand we're fussing about it too. Anybody else wish to speak? Not, I'll close public testimony. We have no old business, new business. Commissioners, you got the consent calendar. Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action items, B, action items, approval of accounts payable.
Make a motion, we pay the bills.
Second.
Got a motion, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of line item transfers.
Make a motion to approve line item transfers.
Second.
Got a motion, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of budget amendments.
Make a motion to approve budget amendments.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of payroll and personnel.
Make a motion, we approve payroll and personnel.
Second.
Got a motion, second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 1, the county clerk's fiscal year 24-25 archive plan. Becky, you need to tell us anything, or any comments?
This is my annual archive plan. Let's see, we have completed Phase 5. The deed records consisting of 77,400 pages have been preserved and placed in disaster binders, and they are now in the property library downstairs at the courthouse. We have also gone into the barn building back over here where maintenance has some storage. We have removed all of our books from there. They're in horrible condition, but we have moved those over into this building, into the holding cell. We have a holding cell over here that my books are in. We will be looking at those books, trying to get an inventory on those, and then those will be for future preservation. But my preservation for this year, we will do the, this is going to be for the deed records, volumes 351 through 405. It's 64,500 pages. The cost is going to be $387,000 to restore and put these into the disaster-proof binders. We will also be using an easy file storage cabinets for our plats. We are now in a 9 storage cabinet plat unit that takes up an entire wall. We can put these into 4 storage cabinets to totally compact the space and leave more room for all of our historical records that are needing to be preserved. These easy file storage cabinets, for 4 of them, there's going to be a cost of $14,188.61, and these cabinets are on carts, so they can be easily moved from building to building or, anywhere that we might need them. So that is basically my archive plan for this next year.
May I ask you a question in reference to this volume 351 to 405? What years are these? I know that y'all have gone back throughout, but what years are you working on now? Do you have that available?
These are going to be I believe these are in the 50s and 60s. There are some books, the books that we did move into the holding cells over here are actually, some of those books are from the early 1900s.
Wow.
You still have any books upstairs at the courthouse?
Yes, sir, we do.
Okay.
I want to say this right here. Y'all have done a tremendous job in reference to the archives. There's no doubt about it, and we appreciate the work you've done.
Thank you.
And this money is coming out of your archive fund that is funded by fees for recording at your office, correct?
Yes, sir. So there is no,
No impact to
no
our tax
impact,
rate?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 2, the request to enact a burn ban for Hunt County. Richard Hill.
Judge and Commissioners, y'all have a handout in front of you. We'll start out, it's got the blue map on it. This is information as of this morning from the Texas Forestry Service, and you can see that Hunt County is in the moderate, according to the TFC. All right, your next page will be your burn ban. Hunt County is contiguous to 8 counties. And the counties that are touching us that have now passed a burn ban are Kaufman, Rockwall, and Fannin counties. On our next page is the Keach-Byram Drought Index. Hunt County, of course, being a fairly large county, we actually have some spots in the 500 to 600, the 600 to 700, and then we also have some here in Hunt County that are in the 700 to 800. Counties can pass burn bans by commissioners' precincts, JP precincts, or they can do county-wide burn bans. Anything other than a county-wide burn ban is very confusing to our public. Very confusing. On our next page, we have a 10-day forecast, which, if the weatherman is right, we're finished with the triple-digit heat. We actually, starting with Labor Day week, we're down to 90, and we're going to actually get to 69 one night, so that'll be nice for everyone. I've shown you all the possibilities of rain that are coming up, and so the burn ban is a flip of the coin. What I've seen in the past with a burn ban, if the Commissioners Court chooses to pass a burn ban, and then we start getting the rain that's on here, our public is very confused, and they say, well, when we go out and they're burning these things, and they say, well, it rained. And we say, well, we can't do anything till the next time the Commissioners Court meets. So this is a decision that I'm going to put in front of you. We can pass one today, of course, or not pass one, but we always have that where the judge himself has 7 days of authority, that if this rain doesn't come, then we go to the judge, we have the paperwork ready, he signs it, we go on a burn ban automatically for 7 days and carries us to the next Commissioner's Court. Do we have any questions from the judge or the commissioners?
How many grass fires we had lately? I think I've heard several. We're having several fires.
Our reporting comes in, of course, by the quarter, and listening to the radio, yes, we have had some grass fires. And I'm sure the triple-digit heat and other things have contributed to that, yes.
By the looks of my pastures, it could burn pretty easy.
Yes, and that's another thing that the Forestry Service says with y'all's decision. We had the huge amounts of rain in the spring. We had the tremendous growth and everything. Now it's turned off dry, and all this is, we call fuel, is dead, and that makes the grass fires worse. But this is a decision that, you know, I could debate either way. That's the reason I wanted to put it up for discussion. In other words, do we do it now because, and then confuse the public somewhat, or do we wait if we, in a few days, if it needs it, have the judge to sign off on it? Any questions from anybody, or just?
I thought when you first made a statement, you said that, you know, that would be for Tubnor, and I understand that the judge has the capability of stepping in reference to it, and I agree with that. I want to tell you something. I'm trying to hack down what hay or what grass dead I have in order to where it possibly would go slower, because it's dead. I mean, it's dead, and I tell you, I heard about a good fire going up in Celeste, and it might confuse people, but I don't believe they want their house burned either.
I'm good with it either way. As I said, I can be on either side.
Well, Richard, even if we were to get some rain, it would take quite a bit of rain and then new growth before we don't have all that fuel in place. And so it might be a little confusing, but there will still be a lot of fuel out there to burn.
I'd like to say one more thing, because this happened. In fact, it happened over by L3. Everything was dry, everything was dead, it rained, and then they stuck 3 Cache Fire Department equipment in the same place. So, you know, it's bad, yes, and it's bad, no, but basically if we do get that rain, the grass is gonna dry out faster than the ground.
Judge, any questions?
Oh, not really. I mean, of course, I live 6 miles east of town. It's dry out around my area. I'd rather be preventative and let's try to prevent the fires. I'd be for going ahead and passing it.
I make a motion, we go ahead and put it on. With the fuel load we got and got the holiday coming up, people are gonna be wanting to tend to burn more. And
Have firecrackers.
We'll make the statement, of course, the burn ban will not affect fireworks in any way. That's one bad thing. I wished it did. But as the judge said, we'll have to talk to the state to get that done.
I'll second the motion.
All right, we got a motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Do we need to put a length on that? Or we will have to cancel it? Should we have put a? Yeah, length. I'm sorry, a length, time.
It shows 90 days in the order that's in our book.
Okay. Well, it's what's on our agenda is what's in our book then. Yeah.
Okay, well, we can always lift it.
Yeah, we can always, yeah.
We can always lift it.
Okay, just clarity, make sure.
One little comment too, and I'm going by memory, Daniel helped me, the way that the original resolutions were passed, the judge has the authority to lift it. We don't have.
Judge has the authority to get to one.
He has the authority.
I'm not sure about lifting, but I can look at that.
Yeah, look at it in case it comes up, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking we did that.
Yeah, but the court has the authority to lift it.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
definitely.
But only after a 3-day notice goes out.
That's right.
It wouldn't be an emergency, so it has to be a 3-day notice.
Thank y'all very much.
All right, thank you, Richard. Action item number 3, a donation in the amount of $500 to Hunt County Children's Advocacy Center, Crisis Center of Northeast Texas, given from County Attorney's Office. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Resolution approving assignment of private activity bond authority to Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. Daniel, you want to brief us on the latest on this?
This is an item that we probably need to discuss in executive session first.
Okay.
And bring that back out afterward.
Okay, all right. So we'll move forward to executive session. Action item number 5, an update from the Hunt County Radio Committee. Virginia?
Good morning. I gave you guys some updated spreadsheets this morning, with some updated quotes that I received yesterday. So I apologize for not having that to you last week, but that's why you have them this morning, is because I got them yesterday. So you have 2 packets there. One's for the law enforcement side, and the second one is for the fire. Looking at the law enforcement side, just a breakdown of these numbers. The first page is a spreadsheet of the agencies that have not purchased radios yet, that do not have the funds to do so. Cattle Mills PD, Bland ISD PD have all purchased their radios, and Cattle Mills ISD PD has purchased portable radios, but is still asking for assistance with mobile radios for their vehicles. So the totals for this, the committee came up with, the radios are going to be $400,741.10 on those. For the installs, because if the county owns these radios, we're liable for them, and we don't want, random people installing them and possibly breaking them and voiding any warranties that we have on them. So we put in here for the install cost, and that's $14,630, which brings the total for law enforcement radios to $415,371.10. One caveat on the law enforcement side is I was notified on Friday that Celeste ISD is going to be starting a police department of 1 officer that was requesting assistance for 1 radio. I don't have that on this spreadsheet or into the quote because I didn't have time to get that back from L3. But roughly, a portable radio is between $4,000 and $5,000.
Are we dispatching for ISDs?
We do.
Okay.
So we dispatch for all small agencies in the county, except for Greenville PD, Commerce PD, and UPD. They have their own dispatch centers, so we dispatch everybody else. So for the law enforcement side, when we switch over to this new system with a potential go-live date in January of '25, they won't be able to communicate with dispatch without new radios.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay. So what we're looking at is we're looking at cities.
Correct.
Okay, we're looking at ISDs.
Yes, sir.
And we're looking at the sheriff's office. Is that right?
Sheriff's office is, we have
Done.
purchased all radios for the sheriff's.
It's already gone.
And
Okay.
all of the Hunt County agencies that use radios.
Okay, up,
Are,
okay, in reference to the fire departments, up, the date that we had before, it was $1,989,408.40 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So now that's $2,335,152, is that correct? By this new,
yes,
that's by the new one.
yes.
Okay, the one that we had that we were given basically in reference to PDs. And the PDs, in actuality, also included the ISD police departments.
Yes, sir.
Am I correct? But then we have Celeste, so it's going to be a couple more.
Roughly about 5,000 more.
Okay.
Just an estimate there. And now on the install quotes, that is an estimate. It's a high estimate.
Yes.
The install, because there are so many different agencies and vehicles, apparatus, et cetera. So it is a high estimate on the installs.
Okay. So the PDs and then actuality and plus the installing the $412,966.50 plus the installment of $14,630. Actually, the total was $427,596.50, and that would be taking care of all of them at that point of time. But we've had a decrease as of last night at that $415.30. It has become, rather than $427, it has come down to $415.3 371.10. Am I correct?
You lost me with your numbers, but for the, sorry.
This right here, that's what it's gone down
Yeah,
to, the
the
one you
red-
gave us today, and it came down from 427,596.
Yes, sir, I've been going back and forth with the sales guy.
No, I understand
So-
that. I have it written down, that's why I can talk so fast, and I apologize.
Yeah, so
What-
we've gone back and forth, and there've been a couple errors and a couple things we've taken off to lower that cost.
Okay, well, here, I'd like to point this out in several different cases. In fact, the state has basically come across information referenced saying that, and I'm talking about unfunded mandates, and that all these schools are required to have access, direct access to all dispatching, in which it's our means in reference to the direct access would be the sheriff's office after we get AMR and everything else going, but, and after we get that set up also. So I think it is a good deal that we would basically give these police departments, cities, because communication is so important. So before the changes, we had to come up with $2,417.04.90, $2,417,004.90 in reference to this extra 5,000 possibility because of the Celeste. What is the total according to last night on this 415,371.10 plus the 2,335,152.00? Is it up or down from what it was already quoted? Did they actually go down?
Some parts of the quote went down, but some of the numbers on fire departments have gone up.
Okay, my question is what is the total now plus that 5,000?
So without pulling out a calculator, I'm not math. I don't do math.
No, I understand. That's all right. That's cool. But here's the thing about it. Basically, 6 months ago or whatever it was, and I do appreciate the work that you have done. There's no doubt you have done a lot of work in reference to this, and also the people that were on the committee have done quite a bit. 6 months ago, I asked that this monies, in which at that time we came up with $2.3 million. That's what it was supposedly going to cost for everybody to go through to desire what they needed. And this is not, hey, they need it. There's no doubt. Because communication is one of the most important things in this world at this time and always has been. And I think that we still need to set back the money in reference to that from the ARPA funds. In reference to, I was willing to say 2417004.90. Now, from my understanding, it's a little more than that. But whatever that amount is, plus what you think the 5,000 added to it, this needs to be set aside for the future of this county and for the health and welfare of the people that we serve. Law enforcement is important. Fire departments, health. Basically, we have 13 of these fire departments scattered throughout this county. All the schools, basically, that have had all these extra unfunded mandates, including having direct contact with dispatcher, basically, the state did not give any money. But that's what ARPA money is for. And I think we need to set this aside, whatever the 5,000 plus all this new one, if we're going to accept that as a bid, should be set aside in reference to this. Now, do I have any comments from this Commissioner's Court, or what's your thoughts?
Well, I have several comments, Philip. I agree with you that, we have a responsibility to take care of law enforcement and firefighters. No question about that. The ARPA funds you refer to, we will get a report either at the next meeting or the one after. I talked to them. Of course, Grant Works is new. They've only been here with us a month or so, and we've been pretty busy trying to get old things straightened up and trying to move forward. They're going to get us a report soon as they can on what money we have that's restricted and what money we have that is non-restricted. And they were going to give us some variables about, like at Puddin Hill. I wasn't aware of it, but if they told me last week, whatever day it was, because we're putting an EOC in and emergency management out there, and I believe voters also played in it, that the cost of those areas could be paid for with restricted money out of the ARPA funds. So I'm anxious to get that report so we'll be in a better position to make decisions. Remind the court too that we have approximately $15 million in our capital improvement fund, which will absolutely fund these projects. And I think we need to review this, especially with the cities for now. We dispatch for them. The fire departments, AMR has told us they're going to continue to dispatch for those. They are going to go to a P25 system. I haven't heard any dates when they're going to start, when it'll be finished. I don't know what kind of system they're putting in. I think it would be irresponsible of this court to go out and buy radios today for something that we don't even know when and what. I think we have to have some patience on it. We got plenty of money in capital improvement, whether it be this year's budget or next year's budget, to pay for those things. But I do think we need to speed up and look at the municipalities, because we're going to be moving faster in AMR.
Okay, now
And we don't want to
included
buy a bunch of radios today, and AMR is 2 or 3 years down the road, and they got a 5-year guarantee on them, and then they won't have any warranty. Their warranty will be almost gone by the time the system gets up. So let's do it in a business-like manner and make sure we do it in the best manner we can do it.
Okay, so you're saying that we do have it in contingency in reference to that. I'm not saying buy them. I'm saying take care of the ARPA money and say, hey, we're withholding this money.
We don't know about ARPA until we get the report. So when we get the report, if that's what the court chooses to do, we can talk about it at that time. But we don't know what that is today.
Do you think they'll have it before December the 31st, because it has to have a decision by then?
I think they'll have it by the next meeting. Or not the next meeting, but maybe the 10th meeting. I hope they'll have it by the 10th. If not, by the second meeting, it'd be the 24th, I guess, of this month. No, they're hurrying because they know we got a deadline. We got to get it done. We sent them a whole lot of paperwork last week. They have not called back, have they, Jess? They hadn't heard back from them, so I guess we got them what they were looking for, at least for what they reviewed. So we're trying to get that answer as soon as we can. Okay.
Judge, I have no problem waiting until our next meeting to get a report from Grant Works. I certainly think we need to support this, and I think as you have also said and confirmed, the money is certainly there, but we can hold off on another meeting and get a better report on the full picture from Grant.
Yeah, and see where we want to spend it out of. I mean, again, I've said it before, it doesn't matter whether we buy it out of capital improvement or buy it out of ARPA funds, as long as we got the money to pay for it. We can pay it out of either place. If we can do the restricted money out at the Puddin Hill and get that money spent before the end and encumbered by the end of this year, which we're obligated to, or we got to give the money back, that's my biggest concern. We got to get that money obligated.
That's
a
the
good
key
project.
word, encumbered.
Yeah.
That's the key word, encumbered.
Yeah. So
Well,
Grant
we
Works
can
is going to help us
encumber
do that. and
anytime.
Hopefully that we'll be able to get that. If not, we'll have to find and see if these projects will fit. Also, I'd like to tell the court, I'm going to a TAC conference tomorrow through Friday, and one of the sessions is about grants, and it specifically lists grants for radios. So I'm anxious to hear what they have to say there, and maybe I can get that to Grant Works, and they can help us maybe apply, or help through the fire departments or the cities, whoever has to apply for it. Maybe we can get some of them bought with other monies. So I'll be looking forward to that meeting on, I think it's on Thursday. I'll report back what I find. Thank you, Virginia. Anybody else have any comments?
Just to thank you to Virginia for all her hard work.
Yeah. And the committee. I know the committee's been working on it.
She did most of the work, though.
I assume she probably did all of it. All right, action item number 6. After public hearing and discussion, consider approval of the tax abatement agreement between Hunt County, Texas and Equibrand Products Group LP for project in Hunt County Reinvestment Zone Number 1 pursuant to the requirements of Chapter 312 of the Texas Tax Code and the guidelines and criteria for tax abatements in a reinvestment zone adopted by Hunt County. Greg, you want to brief us?
This mess, isn't it?
Thank you, Judge and Commissioners.
hang on just a
We
second.
got to take, we'll bring up a
So
presentation.
I got to do send content, I think.
Which one is it?
Maybe it's this So online, is there no voice either? There was no,
Looks like we're back
It
up.
wasn't.
Just popped back.
Right.
We're back up now.
all right, well, I changed back to what we were originally.
It may have been because whatever he's doing on.
I think
Yeah.
something
Do what?
happened when we tried to go.
I don't know.
All
We'll,
right,
we'll ask and figure it out.
we don't have to get this.
Can't hit but 3 buttons, so surely I can, the odds are in my favor. I could've got the right one.
What? You don't want these papers back?
Yeah. All right, action item number 10, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities, which will be in the right-of-way of County Road 2591 in Precinct 2 under normal stipulations.
Make a motion, we approve this construction under normal stipulation.
Second.
A motion second, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 11, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities which will be in the right-of-way of County Road 3501 in Precinct 3 under normal stipulations.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 12, the upgrade of approximately 278 feet of County Road 1051 from rock to oil sand at county expense.
Make a motion, we approve this upgrade.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 13, upgrade of approximately 1,100 feet of County Road 1100 from dirt to rock in Precinct 1, money in escrow.
Make a motion, we approve this upgrade.
Second.
Got a motion and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Hey, Judge, number 14, it's listed 2208, County Road 2208, should be 2508.
2508, okay, thank you. Okay, the upgrade of, number 14, the upgrade of approximately 1,056 feet of County Road 2508 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 2 at county expense.
Make a motion, we approve this upgrade.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 15, the upgrade of approximately 2,112 feet of County Road 2212 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 2 at county's expense.
Make a motion, we approve this upgrade.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 16, the upgrade of approximately 5,280 feet of County Road 2260 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 2 at county's expense.
Make a motion, we approve this upgrade.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 17, the upgrade of approximately 1,584 feet of County Road 2266 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 2 at county expense.
Make a motion, we approve this upgrade.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Yeah, can you come up to the mic and state your name and address for us, please, ma'am? No,
Patty Freilich, and I noticed David's making some improvements on some of the county roads, and there's one that I don't see, and it's 2469. I did notice that they have been out there and they have smoothed the road, but it's all gravel now. And I've been there since 1996, and we have never really had good roads on that. We're right on the cusp of Hunt County and Rockwell.
Not on here.
So we're kind of like, I feel like the stepkids out there. But I wanted to make sure and bring that to David's attention.
May I address her?
sure.
What we did on that road is that rock that you're seeing, we went over and dug out those soft spots, putting in new base, and within the next week or so, we're going to be back over there to cover those back up with asphalt. But you have to repair those soft spots before you can actually cover that up with new asphalt.
All right. And,
So,
oh, in Whitehead,
what is it?
yeah, Whitehead and 2470 coming back down into that addition.
I haven't been on that road.
It's horrible.
If you're on the west side of the county, are you in city of Royce City, or y'all,
Well,
where?
it's Royce City address, but we're in Hunt County.
Some of that right in there is Rockwall County and Hunt County, and then you have the city of Poetry. So
And you
some
got
of those
Royce
roads-
City, you-
Mhm. Yeah.
but Royce City has some, all the way out to 1565. Some of that area is in the city of Royce City, and they're responsible for the roads, not us.
We're not city.
I mean, y'all all can't talk, I'm sorry. You got to be on record and come state a name to comment. So tell me exactly where you are, so the public will know exactly.
My,
Are you north of 276 and south of 30, or?
we,
The road she's talking, 2469, they're right there at the Rockwall County line and Poetry. It's Hunt
Okay.
County, the road, I know exactly where you're talking about. That's where we've been working. 2479, I'm not sure exactly which road that is, but I will go look at it and check it out.
and another thing that I'm really concerned about, and I probably should have spoke up earlier, is there's the creek that runs back behind my home. Like I said, I've been there since '96, and this is a name that y'all all will know, is Ralph Green. He worked with me to get that bridge put in there at my property. And before that, I had been flooded twice in a 100-year flood zone. So when he put that bridge in, that alleviated that water that comes through that creek back down in there. And now the bridge is blocked halfway. So the water that's from the building that has gone on around me is starting to flood again, worse than what it was. And I'm thinking that bridge needs some to look at. You know, and let me show you what's going on down in there. If you don't see it and live it, it's hard to comprehend the water that comes back through there. And with them putting concrete up on Bishop Field, I'm doomed.
Thank you for your comments.
Yes, sir.
In the future, for your information, do this during public testimony at the first of it. And, 'cause
I apologize.
it's not a problem. We'd like to hear from the public. It's not, I'm
Yeah.
not criticizing you. I'm just
This is
saying,
my
so
first
you
time.
know, you came up and said, I don't know how all this works. I'm saying how it works is you do it with public comments.
Got it.
Okay. And if you reach out to your commissioner, I think he'll be happy to take care of you.
If you'll call the office, I'll come.
All right, number 18, widening of Signal Road, 6 feet for approximately 2,100 feet from dirt to rock to oil sand in precinct 3, monies in escrow.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 19, the upgrade of approximately 540 feet of County Road 3509 from rock to oil sand in precinct 3, money is in escrow.
So move, Judge.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 20, the replat of lot 76, Country Wood in precinct 2. Brian, you want to brief us?
Okay, this is a replat. They're proposing to split off a small tract to sell, and they're in the remainder at this time. Down at the south end of 36, just north of 276, in the very vast Countrywood edition.
Any questions? At this time, we'll open it up to public comments. Anybody has a comment or question, please come forward, state your name and address. Being none, I'll close the public testimony. Commissioners, entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 21, the final plat for Angel Estates in Precinct 1.
Okay, pretty simple plat, lots of road frontage. I am waiting on some information from TxDOT, from the developer and the Realtor, that affects the driveway entrances along the TxDOT right-of-way. As we all know, TxDOT can be a wee bit particular about where they allow driveways to be put in the right-of-way. So this could turn into having a couple of mutual access easements or something like that if TxDOT does not want to give driveway permits for everything. There are already 4 of the lots that have existing driveways on them.
All right.
Ryan, in your conversations with TxDOT, it may have already come up, but that's a fairly perilous intersection right there.
And I have not spoken with TxDOT about it. The developer, the Realtor, is dealing with TxDOT. He's already been in contact with them, and they've already had quite a bit of discussion regarding this. So I'm just waiting on something from them guaranteeing either driveways for all the lots or if they're going to require a shared type driveway.
Are we in a shot clock time?
No, we have another, I think we can wait until the next meeting. We can wait until the next meeting if we need to put this one on old business.
Commissioners, we can approve it conditional if you want to, or we can wait to hear. It's y'all's call.
I'm okay with conditionally approving it on TxDOT's approval since that road is their authority, but I just want to make sure we remind them and point out that that's a perilous intersection.
That's a pretty busy area. 1562 is pretty high speed, pretty hilly. It's curvy right through there, so that's why I was concerned about what TxDOT would say, and that's why I requested the Realtor, the developer, to get me some information from TxDOT guaranteeing that they're okay with it.
If they're going to allow driveways in that area, they really need to put some kind of additional warning lights or something up, would be my recommendation, but.
TxDOT don't listen to us.
Well, we can still say something.
No, they've been great to work with. I take that back. I've been trying to be funny. All right, Mark, was that a motion or?
Yeah, that's a motion to approve it conditioned on TxDOT approval of the driveways.
I'll second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Action item number 22, the final plat for Vasquez Estates, Precinct 1. Is that how you say that?
Vasquez.
Vasquez, okay.
I'm going to recommend that we move this at least to old business. There have been some issues that have come up yesterday in my discussions with the health department regarding their septic systems and the number of houses, the number of residences on this existing tract that they're trying to divide. So
Is this that one we talked about Monday? It's got the existing homes? And
yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I want a little bit of time to speak with the owner of the property and speak with the health department and see what all we've got going. This is not a shot clock issue either. We've got time.
Okay, all right, so we'll table this to another date. Action item 23, the final plat for,
Judge.
oh.
You should get a motion to postpone that to the next meeting.
Okay. And, action item 22, I need a motion to postpone it till the next meeting.
So moved?
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Daniel. Action 23, the final plat of Raz Commercial Edition in Precinct 2.
And this, if you notice, the lot's big. It's a big lot. The owner of the property actually owns 2 lots right there, and he is, this was the most efficient way for him to combine the 2 lots that he presently owns into 1 lot.
2 platted lots or 2
They're
tracts?
unplatted.
2 tracts.
They're both over 10 acres each, so it was, since he owns them both, it's kind of difficult to convey property to yourself, so he says, I'll just plat them and be efficient and quick.
Fair enough. Any questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second?
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 24, the final plat of Risley Farm Addition in Precinct, or Phase 4 in Precinct 2.
And this is actually going to be in Precinct 1. It's on the north side of FM 3211.
Is precinct 1?
Yes.
Okay.
It meets all of our requirements, right-of-way frontage, everything. So pretty simple.
Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved?
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 25, the final plat of Sophia Estates in Precinct 3.
The road upgrade has already been paid for. Pretty simple. They were working on clearing the right-of-way, had just a few trees to clear and a fence row. Nothing major. It was in process of being cleaned last time I was out there.
We've already approved it for the upgrades.
Yes.
Yes. It ran through actually late last year, probably in December or so.
Okay, all
We're
right.
waiting for them to clear it so we can do it.
Okay.
Money is an escrow, yes, sir.
All right. Well, entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
A motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 26, the final plat of Harvey Addition in Precinct 4.
Pretty simple two-lot plat. Right-of-way's up to requirement. It meets all our other requirements. So,
Any questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Action item 27, fiscal year 24-25 budget. Commissioners, y'all have any questions at this time? I have a couple of comments myself, but, and we got one personnel request that we'll talk about in executive session before we can come back out. Any comments, or you mean go first? Commissioner, we all got an email last week before last, from the fire department, and requesting an increase in the supplement. Our budget is, you know, if you've looked at it, is we have a positive $230,000 in it. I would think we ought to consider giving them, we pay them $4,800 a month now. If we went $500 a month, it'd be a little over a 10% increase. They were asking for, I think, 25, but I think that's something we ought to discuss and think about. Don't have to take action on it today. We can do it next Monday, or next Tuesday and the following Tuesday when we're having public hearings, and we'll be voting on it on the 10th, but I think we ought to consider that. Any comments? Happy to hear them.
I certainly agree with that, Judge. For the whole budget, I see that it's going to be raising an additional $7.288 million, which is a 16.39%. And I know we gave COLA raises. It was going to be between $1 million and $1.5 million, I think.
And more than that.
More than that? Okay.
Yeah.
I forget the exact number, plus there were some salary increases and such. I went through the budget, and I didn't see any one item that seemed to be a primary driver of that, other than the cost of living adjustments. Is that correct? Am I missing something?
Commissioner, will you talk into the mic to where we can hear you down here?
Yes, sorry, I'll try and do that.
Mark, I don't think there was any necessarily one particular driver, but nearly everybody asked for some increases. I mean, our budget, we stayed on a no new revenue rate for 2 years. I don't remember the years. I think it was 21, 22, I think it was.
I think it was 3.
Well, I think it was, well, on our historical data, it says the latest year, so it's always confusing, but we went 2 years in a row on it. And last year, we came out and I recommended, and y'all approved it, of going to a cent on our tax rate. And again, this year, I recommended a little bit of an increase because of all of the wage increases and all the current demands we have. We've added positions in the voter's office. We've added positions in the health department, environmental. We've added positions in purchasing. We've added positions in one or two other. I wasn't prepared, but I'll get it for you next Tuesday. But there's several positions we've added on top of all of that. And then quite a few people asked for increases in their budgets. Not huge, but there's several of them. There's a few software. If you looked at the software, I think there was $600,000 increase, I think, in a software program.
And appraisal district and.
Appraisal district went up pretty good, and I mean, there's a lots of zeros that came in that were some pretty big items, and you know, I was happy when we got it to the point it is today. I mean, it's the first time absolutely the first time since I've been here 5 years, so it'll soon be 6 years, that we had a balanced budget, pretty much. I mean, we're balanced. The last 3 years, we've had a pretty good deficit budget. So I think some of what you may be seeing is because, I mean, it didn't go up much, but because we were operating in a deficit, it's now kind of catching up with that deficit. And, you know, if you want to go back and, you know, I don't know where you're going to go find the money to lower it very much. Maybe you can. You're welcome to try. But we have to, I mean, we're a business. We're a $60 million business and what we provide the public is a service. And we provide law enforcement, we provide incarceration, prosecution, adjudication, we provide road repair, we provide a health department, we provide vital records, we provide, you know, a tax office to register your cars, and we do a lot of, everything we do is a service. And we have to have the funds to provide the services that the public expects. And the public expects not to stand in line when they go to vote. They expect to come and get a septic permit and get it done in a timely manner, and they don't expect to stand in line at in any of our departments for a long period of time. And we go start cutting back. I mean, when I got up here in 19, the county had not grown very much in 12 years. And they survived, and Commissioner Martin was on that court most of that time, and they did I don't know how they did it, actually. I mean, they had such a small increase in their budgets for 12 years. When I got here, our average age of vehicle was 18 and a half years old. We had air conditioner on the courthouse was 25 plus years old. It was being hung together with baling wire. We've replaced all of those. We've upgraded so many things. In growth in business, when you're growing, you're consuming cash. And there's a term in the business world, economy of scale. And I haven't owned my own business 38 years. I learned this lesson very well. You can have a business that's making $1 million, and you can go to $2 million, and you're making the same amount of money. You may go to $5 million, and you're making the same money, because as you're growing, you're just spending cash like crazy trying to make the growth, and you don't get any relief from that. And in most businesses, you have to go up 10 times or something in your revenue and all to be able to fund what's happening. I don't want us to go back to the days that Commissioner Martin and those people did from back in our 2000s up to 2018. The first growth that we really had in tax base in numbers, I mean, since 2020, we've grown over 12,000 people. And that's 10% growth in 3 years, and it's not slowing up. And I think having a balanced budget, we're kind of in between the no new revenue rate and voter approval rate. We've lowered it from my first year here, it was 47 cents. We've lowered our tax rate 30% in 5 years. I'm pretty proud of all of that. And I'm proud of what we've got done. For the jail, I mean, we've raised the salaries for jailers from 35,000 to 50. And we finally got jailers that we're full, and before, we had 15 to 20 people. We had vacancies, 15 to 20, and we were burning through overtime. And today, what do we get out of that? We got the best inspection report we've ever had. The state came in and gave us a complete blessing. Congratulations to our administrator over at Chad. I mean, they're not even going to come back for 3 years, and they've been trying to shut us down for 10. So those are major accomplishments we've had, and we didn't do it without spending money. And I think that you can go look for something. I'm happy to hear it. If you got a plan, that's great. I just don't know where it is, and to continue to keep growing. Because it's not going to slow up. I mean, how many, Daniel, Caddo Mills got like 20,000 lots planned? Is that the latest number? What's the latest number?
I think the 20,000 is for the area around that. I think there's just 12,000 new units.
12,000 new units planned over the next 5 years.
Yes.
Yeah. And, you know, we're going to have more law enforcement. We're going to have more vehicles. We're going to have more. Gas has gone up double since, I won't get too political, but since Trump left, it's doubled in price. And I don't know where you cut and keep doing the jobs that we're doing.
One thing too, like these ladies were talking about road materials in the last 2 years. I've been here this is my second year. Oils went up, on the oil sand, it's went up 16%, rocks went up 23%.
In 1 year.
And it's about to jump again, I would assume, this year. And so I don't see how you can keep cutting. I mean, I'm for cutting tax. I'm a taxpayer.
I am too.
But it takes money to operate things. And with things going up, I mean, that's just the material. You still got gas, oil, all your equipment. Everything has went up in expense. And so it's got to be covered somewhere. Judge, if I can ask, like you were proposing to go up .019, which was be 2 cents, I believe, on 100?
I think it was 1.9 cents.
1.9?
Yeah.
Well, isn't most of that like the interest that we're about to start paying?
Some of it's in the interest that we're paying more this year, I think, than last year. It's not a huge number, but it's a little bit more. And all our debt, so the public knows, I mean, we've only got less than $12 million in debt, and all of that was voted on by the public. That was for transportation bonds. In 2015, it was passed. We issued bonds in 17 and 21 or 22. That is driving all of the foresight of the previous court and judge and hard work of D. Hilton. They got with TxDOT, and they got a plan going, and because of the commitment Hunt County was putting in to helping with engineering and all, that's why you see all the construction work on I-30. And that's why you're fixing to see 1570 widen from 34 all the way around to 66 to be a 5-lane road. You're going to see 1903 from the interstate all the way, probably the proposal right now is to hit 36, go all right in front of the high school and turn and go over and line up with Highway 6. So that will be a complete corridor coming out of the Metroplex to get to the interstate. And we couldn't be getting that funding if we hadn't have stepped up. If the public hadn't agreed with the court at that time and spent that money, we wouldn't be having all that. And we wouldn't be having those overpasses built and interchanges right now. And so, I mean, we got so many positive things going on in Hunt County. I think we keep, in my opinion, we keep going where we're going and keep trying to do a great job so that our public is satisfied when we get things done. And if there's anything they're not satisfied is, unfortunately for you guys, is we got 1,100 miles of roads to maintain, and y'all's budgets aren't big enough to do a lot of that. So we sure don't need to be cutting budgets. We need to be getting y'all more money. Just don't know where to go find it.
You brought up roads. Let me explain this right here. If you have a $290,000 appraised value house, and this is under .3367 cents correction per 100 valuation, 60-something% of that money of the 900 that you're paying on county taxes. Most of it goes into the judicial system, attorneys, prosecution, defense, and all this bit. And then you have your sheriff's office and the jail and stuff like that. And then the precinct commissioners get their part. So out of that $900 that you pay for taxes, each precinct got $53.75. $53.75 won't buy one bushel of oil sand. When I first started out in 2001, and this is basically had no equipment or anything like that, we had in order to buy just rock and stuff was $500,000, $400,000. And that's why you had oil put on there without base underneath it. Now, the budget that I put forth on this, this next year, 24-25, is actually right at $2.1 million, if I'm not mistaken. That has to do with RAP. But it's just like the gentleman said earlier, when you're having to pay for 23 tons, which is about 22 to 23 tons for 20 cubic yards, and you're paying $19,000 to $2,000, and then it goes about 100 foot to 125, that's not very many loads. So in actuality, we are hurting. But the progression that we have done, basically, we have a plan. We have had a plan. This Commissioner's Court has moved forward. Even in the southern part of the county is upgrading different rules and regulations as far as the Milwaukee Planning and Zoning Board, the thoroughfare, looking at, in fact, if you've taken the time to go to these meetings, you'll find out what's planned. Like the judge said, in reference to 1570 to 34 to 276, anywhere from Greenville, the city 69, all the way to Campbell. And that takes money. But the one thing that this Commissioner's Court did do in the past, we had that $24.5 million bond that y'all voted on. And that has completely made this to where we could have all this construction. So we have accomplished a whole lot. Yes, we need more monies in reference to it, but we're trying to stay within what we can afford. And that's it.
Come to the mic. Sorry, it's not our rule, it's what we have to do. State your name again, please.
I'm Patty Freilich. The grants, I do know that there was a grant issued when that bridge was put in.
Which bridge?
One on 2469.
Okay, that was the equivalent match. Basically, I don't know what year that was, but that was being able to put it through. Ralph Green and I did a whole lot of that in reference to hiring one person and getting a federal equivalent grant in reference to it. And that's how we were able, in actuality, to build other bridges that are constructed by the state. So that was a good move in reference to our case. And so it has worked out. He was a very progressive gentleman. As far as Commissioner Green, basically, he did the best he could with what he had. And I believe that's what everybody tries to do. But I want to tell you something, when you don't have a hell of a lot, you can't do a whole lot.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Judge, I agree with much of what you said. We certainly have a need to provide adequate levels of service, and we are growing, and that does take cash, that's for sure. At the same time, we need to make sure, and I'm not saying we're not, but we need to make sure with every budget that we're controlling the rate of growth at the same time. Because if we come back every year with a 15 or 16% increase, that's going to be felt pretty quickly by people who are of our constituents who are also having to deal with the same things we're dealing with in their personal life. They too are feeling the effects of inflation and general economic conditions. So I'm happy to keep working on this and work with you and the court and see if we can find something. It'll probably not be, like I said, one thing, but we can try and cut something. And you know me, my goal always is to go to no new revenue rate, and that might be a bit of a stretch this year, but maybe we can find something between that and what we've got.
I think you've got to be real careful, Mark. I mean, that's a plaudable goal, but again, when you're in growth, I mean, I think what we've done so far, I think in years to come, we'll start to see some different numbers starting to come out. We have now got our pay scales up to where they make sense. I mean, we had people making $29,000 working here a few years ago. And now we have a minimum payment of $40,000. We don't want to pay anybody less than $40,000. And, I mean, you can't hardly live on that. So we've gotten our pay scales up. We've worked with the sheriff and the jail, and we've, you know, unfortunately, we sat in a great spot and in a bad spot of growth because we're so close to the Metroplex. Sheriff back there, he can go get hire a deputy, get him through, get him trained, get his license. And in the past, he could immediately pack up and go over to Princeton and make 50% more money than what we were paying. Well, we're matching those now, so we don't have the turnover. And hopefully, the jumps we took were pretty large. I mean, we had deputies making 50 not too long ago, and they're 65 now or something like that. And so we're getting them up. Jail, I mean, Chad can talk. I mean, I already said, I mean, we were paying $35,000 to work down in that jail that I didn't even like walking through. I mean, it's nasty down there. But it's great now. They've cleaned it up. They've got a lot of good people working for us. We've had to raise our pay scale so they didn't get their certifications and run to Dallas or Plano or somewhere and go work over there. We're holding our people now. And hopefully these big increases that we've had to have are going to be fewer and further between. And if we do a good job of keeping up with what's going on west of us where we can ease up as they're easing up, maybe we won't have to go and start all over again. And, you know, we've got on a system with our cars, I can't imagine having 18-year-old cars as the average age of our cars at one time. And we don't have that anymore. We've got mostly newer cars, and we've got a system to replace them. And so that's taken up a bunch of money, but now that it's in the system, in the budget, it's not going to be go peak way up again. We've already up there, so we keep it going. It will hold its own, and we won't see so much of the, you know, spending that, you know, that we're having to do. We've been trying to get caught up and stay caught up, or get ahead a little bit, and we're close. It's not this year, but we're getting there, and I don't know when it'll be. If we have another, you know, over the next few years, like I said earlier, we've grown over 10% in 3 years. So if those numbers keep coming in, we're going to have more space. I mean, we're working on the Puddin Hill facility, and our voter registration's up nearly to 70,000 people now. And 66 registered voters, I think is the last number I heard. And we got a population of 111. I find that hard to believe that our population is just 111,000. I think we got a lot more people than that. And so we've done a lot of heavy lifting over the last few years. We're not there yet, but we're getting closer.
I certainly agree with that, and I'm real proud of what we've done with our pay scales in particular. It's pretty appalling what our sheriff's deputies and jailers are being asked to work for, not even to mention the many other positions. So I think that's been real good, solid work, and will pay huge dividends because the quality of the services we offer start with the quality and retention of the employees we have. So I'm real proud of that work. And again, I think, yes, we absolutely do have growth, and I hope hope that you're correct that we won't have the burden to make to make big leaps in the future.
I don't have a crystal ball, but I can hope.
I certainly agree and hope as well. I suspect, though, the nature of government is we're always going to be behind and always playing catch up, and so we're always going to have that push to provide more. So it's a balancing act, and it's not an easy one. So I'm not trying to sit here and say that it is.
All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, I want to say one more thing. In actuality, the commissioners on this court basically do not what was going on in the past. And if the people can't see that we're doing something right, then they're blind. We have so many people coming in here that come from California and some other states and stuff like that, and they buy property on the dirt road, and they say, when are you gonna put our curbs in? That's true.
That is true. I've had calls from people
That's
that
true.
want
That's
to know
true.
when I'm going to get our concrete curb and gutter streets put in. And we go,
Yeah.
probably
And
not in my lifetime.
The thing about it is, I think that we spend our money well. And I think we'll spend it even better when we put that 2.7 million down on the side for the radios. But what I'm saying is, we got to take care of the community what we can. And I think we've done a good job, and I think we'll do a better job after we get everything going even further. Yeah, I said it, didn't I? Venezuela. We got to take care of the community, and I believe we've done a good job, but we can even do it better. But like I said, I started giving old boy $53.75 because he said he's paid his taxes. Your precincts do not get that much of that taxes.
All right.
Blow your mind?
You're about to wear out your welcome, man.
I'm sorry. I'll shut up after this, but I just want to applaud that, because I tell you, I was a little city girl when I came out here. Little city girl. And I'll tell you what, Ralph Green, I had him on speed dial, and I want to tell you, he saved me. He really did. And when I called on y'all, and I've left you alone all these years later, but I'm here again. And I want to applaud you.
Was I here when you were here before?
Well, if you go back to the Ralph Green era, yeah, you were here.
I was here in 2001.
Well, okay, well, maybe not. Well, they got the bridge put in 2002, so maybe you were.
You were there.
So I can honestly say y'all were there for me
All right,
at
thank
that time.
If you get with me after court, I'll give you David's number.
All right, this time we'll go into executive, I entertain a motion to go into executive session under 1 through 4.
So moved.
Second.
And a motion second, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. We're in executive session 11:53.
Can we stay in here, Judge?
Now we probably need to go back. We can try.
Hey, do we need our budget?
No, I don't think so. The only thing we're going to talk about one salary. That's all we're going to.
That's good.
You don't forget us from waiting.
Yeah.
Okay?
There you go.
back up. Nothing?
We're live, Judge.
All right. It's 12:43, we're back in regular session. Taking up action item number 4. You want us just to, you got anything to say on it?
I don't.
Okay, well, you're standing there, so I thought you were,
Just in case there were any questions.
oh, okay, perfect. All right, Commissioner, you got any questions about number 4? If not, I'll entertain a motion to postpone this till our next regular Commissioners Court meeting.
So moved?
Second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Is there any other business before the court today? Being none, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned at 12:44.
Same to you.